Katie, what happened to you?
I found a possum and I was trying to make it my pet.
Oh my gosh, again?
Yes, again. And the worst part, I can't move my arms for 3 weeks, so I'm stuck wearing these slings.
You do understand we're getting ready to make a video in like an hour. What am I supposed to do?
I found somebody actually who was willing to take my spot. They are professional.
Oh my gosh, okay. So you have someone coming in, professional. Do they understand that we're gonna be in front of millions of people?
Yes, they understand.
I mean, I guess I'll roll with it, but can you please just stop it with the possum thing?
Maybe.
Unbelievable. Hello. Thank you for joining us on another segment of Cooking with the Millers. So, are you in the mood for something healthy, colorful, vibrant, but that's not going to wreck the bank? Well, have we got a recipe for you? Now, before I get into that recipe, I'd like to introduce to you my new helper today, Chef Pluto. Thank you for joining us. Chef Pluto and I are going to make a vegetable back to the Miller Cafe. So are you in the mood for something healthy and light and something that will not wreck the bank? Well, have we got the recipe for you? Well, before we get into that though, I want to help introduce to you my latest helper. This is Chef Pluto. Say hi. Chef Pluto, thank you for joining us. Together, we are going to make for you vegetable fajitas. Now, of course, vegetables, we all know that they're full of beneficial nutrients, but in what ways? So before I answer that question, I'd like to give a shout out to my local farmer. Hi, local farmer. Thank you so much for my vegetables that were just harvested. Thank you. Goodbye. Thanks. That was a cute farmer. Wow. So anyway, as you can see, we have some really colorful vegetables today. Now, if you get the chance to go and have your own vegetable, like a local farmer or a business, go for it. You just need to make sure that they're certified, make sure they have, they're qualified, but you're decreasing the carbon footprint on the environment, you're giving money back to the local businesses, and as you can see, they're full of protein, or full of nutrients, all right? So let's get into this. So first what we're going to do is preheat our oven at 425. So you can bake your vegetables or roast your vegetables 400 to 450. It's important to consider whenever you're cooking with vegetables, you don't want to cook out all of the vitamins and nutrients. Lots of these have water-soluble vitamins, which can be cooked out through steam and stuff. So we're going to take the safer option. It's the roasting. Now this will hold on to a little bit better to the nutrients. So as you can see here, we have our tomatoes, our peppers, our squash. Fun fact, off camera, Pluto was telling me that while squashes were originated in the Americas, zucchini, is that right? Zucchini was developed in Italy. I didn't know that. So anyway, speaking of zucchini, they are full of all kinds of beneficial nutrients. They're high in antioxidants, high in fiber, and we all know what that means. So they're also high in vitamin B and vitamin C, which is good for the immune system. Okay, so before we start chopping up these vegetables, I want to point out that you always need to be ready. Have all of your gear ready. I've got my peeler, I've got my grater, I've got my trash bowl. This is for all your excess. It's just nice and handy. Keep it in there. You've got your little salt and pepper. And for all my meat lovers, what we're going to use is some steak rub. We're going to sprinkle it on when we've got them all diced up. All right, so I'm going to hand this over to Chef Pluto. And then when you're ready, you can just give those vegetables to me. Oh, Well, thank you. All right, so what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna put them in here, and then we're gonna put them in the oven. So it's at 425. And you wanna start with the ones that cook the longest. The peppers are gonna cook the longest. Zucchini, I have found that it tends to cook a little bit longer. So 425 for 25 minutes. Don't forget your timer. I've burned so many foods because I didn't turn my timer on. And as the minutes tick down, we're going to add our vegetables one by one. And then, oh, and I almost forgot our mushrooms. Did you see these button mushrooms? Aren't they cute? We're gonna add these up. We're gonna dice these up and add them also. So once those are diced, thank you. All right, we're gonna put those in there, and we're gonna add the rest of our vegetables. And 25 minutes later, we have, look at all these beautiful colors. Wow. See, we didn't really affect the integrity of the vegetables. They still kept a lot of their nutrients. So now what we're going to do is, now that we have those cooked, we're going to heat up our tortilla shells. And tortilla shells, I used to say, let's fry them up, but I don't say that so much anymore. Just heating them up, just give them a little bit of warmth, that's fine. So once we do that, we're going to pull them out. And you're going to see, just wrap them in foil. You're going to sprinkle half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of vegetables. Oh. And let me grab. Pluto was nice enough to prepare his version. Pluto made his version of creme fraiche. I believe it's sour cream and heavy whipping cream with a little bit of lime, and it's zested with lime also. This is also picante sauce. All right, so we have our tortilla shells warmed up. I've spread half of a cup to 3/4 of a cup of my vegetables on here. You've got your picante sauce. And then we did chop up, thank you for chopping these up, Pluto. Pluto chopped up some jalapenos, like that. And then we have our sauce right here. Now you can always substitute this with yogurt if you like, because yogurt does have more protein than sour cream, obviously. Anyway, and don't forget your cheese. If you'd like to sprinkle some cheese, you're welcome. I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today. Pluto, it was a pleasure working with you. And always remember, the best stories really do happen at the dinner table. Good night.